What's up, Shady Sports Network family? I'm here with my very special guest tonight, Dominic Logan, the real D-Lo. What's up, Dom? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm ready to get this started.
For sure,
So,
for sure.
last night, we saw one of the best, I would say, Super Bowls in my memory. What do you think about the game? How do you think it went?
Man, I ain't even watch it. For real, I ain't gonna lie to you. I watched little stints of it, but I ain't really get too deep into it.
Oh, for real, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great game. Last call kind of ruined it. But let's get right into you. So, right now, you just signed with the USFL team, the Pittsburgh Maulers. How
hmm
exciting is that? Going from the
Man,
CIF to the USFL.
man, it still ain't even hit me yet, man. But the closer I get, the more anticipating it is, and it had little spurts. Like I get to myself, and I'm like, man, I'm really here. So it's exciting. I've been, working hard to get to this place. To get to the next level. So now that I'm right in the door, I can't do nothing but kick it in and keep on moving.
Bro, that's awesome, man. You get to play on TV, and you get to be coached by a former NFL defensive coordinator in Ray Horton. So obviously, prior to the Pittsburgh Maulers, you were with the Southwest Kansas Storm in the CIF. Talk a little
Mhm.
bit about that experience, and now that you're out of the CIF, how was that experience as a whole?
Man, my time in the CIF period was a good experience. The people in Dodge City, Kansas, man, they show us love. And I mean, it's a small town. They ain't got nothing else better to do but to come, support us. And the support is definitely there. The coaches, the owners, man, it was just an overall great experience. They make you comfortable and give you all the tools that you need to, be successful. And it's up to you to either make it or you're gonna break it. And I was one of them guys that fortunate to take my opportunity and make it. You know what I'm saying? So, um, you know, going back outside, challenging. I've been indoors for 4 years, I think, and I've been dabbling outside, playing on some semi-pro teams, and I do my thing out there, but it's on a whole different stage. So, but I was already prepared, for one of those situations. Like they say, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So I'm prepared for it. I'm just, everybody nervous. Any dude play any level of football, don't say they ain't nervous, they lying. So I'm a little nervous. So I know when I touch down, I'll be ready to go.
100%. So obviously, we talk about, you said the USFL, man, like guys have to be ready. So last chance you, it's all about JUCO football, right? You have to
hmm
hold your own. Do you think the USFL is similar to JUCO in the sense that every guy kind of has to be playing for themselves in a way?
Man, I think every level that's not the NFL is last chance you. You feel what I'm saying? Because every level gives you an opportunity to get to the highest level of competition. Even with the CFL, that's kind of making it in a sense. But everybody not trying to stay in the CFL. Everybody trying to get back to the league. So I mean, it's a slight resemblance to like it's the JUCO of the NFL to me, in my opinion, because some of us it's our last opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So if we don't make it shape now, we might not ever be able to.
For sure. So based off that, we we talk about guys going to the USFL, going to the XFL, especially the USFL. I see this. So there was a quarterback from the IFL that signed with the USFL team. His name is Daquan Neal. Daquan Neal played in the IFL. He signed with the USFL team. He got cut before training camp even started. In your eyes, is it fair to cut a player before you even see them in training camp? Because in my opinion, what's the purpose of having training camp if you're gonna cut guys and bring guys in?
Man, when we talk about fair, that's a thin line, because these coaches they don't seen it all, they don't done it all. So I think I wouldn't use the word fair and unfair. It's just a business. You know what I'm saying? So And things like that happen every day. We see guys in the NBA and the NFL get traded in the middle of a football game. So, I mean, it's just a business and nothing ever personal. So I don't like to use words as being fair and unfair. I just think with every opportunity, they seen something they like. But, everybody might have seen something better.
For sure. So on your team, you got Reuben Foster from a first-round pick in the NFL. What are you excited about playing with Reuben?
I'm excited playing with him. I think a lot of these guys, had a sniff or a foot in the door in the NFL at some point, but he had the full-on experience. Spent some time in the league. I'm excited, to just get some knowledge from him to how to get to the next level. And I'm coming in as a leader, a vet, and the same expectation is for him too. But I'm just on the offensive side, he on the defensive side. But at the end of the day, he is a guy that I have to go after just to prove my point and try to get to where I'm trying to go. And same as he trying to go at our guys to try to get back to where he just came from. So I'm expecting great competition and no plays off from him.
For sure. So we talked about Reuben Foster. What is every football player has a daily routine? Reuben has it. You have it. Tom Brady has it. So what's your daily routine looking like day by day?
Man, I'm in the gym twice a day, most importantly. But if I ain't in the gym, I wake up, I get in the gym, I eat properly. I run an organization, a football youth team. So I'm checking in with my boys, making sure they good, and then I'm back to the gym and it's bed. I get on the video game from time to time again, but I just make sure my focus is on strictly my goal. I get in that playbook heavy as much as I can. Most importantly, because without that, I won't be successful at all. So and in the meantime, I do the normal day-to-day things. Reach out to my friends, my family, and make sure everybody's straight, and make sure the people that need to be in contact with me get in contact with me.
100%. So you talk about your football youth organization a little bit. How did you start that?
Man, I played with I coached under a guy, one of my good friends. We coached under somebody. It's a well-known team in Oklahoma, Oklahoma Truth. And I just, I always wanted to be, I ain't necessarily want to be the front runner, but I just wanted to do things different, not necessarily my way, but I just wanted to, branch out, bring some more light into football. I wanted to do the things that I wanted to give my boys the things that I wanted to do when I was their age. So I'm giving them a full-blown experience of what it's like to actually be a football player. So when they get to where I'm at, they know what they expect. You can't come with nothing less than, the best to get them boys when they get to my age.
100%. So you talk about how you run your youth organization. You yourself grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, and you live in Oklahoma right now. What was your decision process in deciding that you wanted to stay in Oklahoma instead of going back to the A?
Well, man, when I left Morgan State, the coach at the time was like, man, we trying to keep you up here, but you got to get them grades together. And they wanted me to go to school in Georgia. Actually, it was Fort Valley, and I was like, man, if I stay close to the hood, ain't gonna be no way out for me. And I just so happened to know a coach that was coaching at Oklahoma State at the time. So he was like, man, come on, try to get you a spot. And, scholarship guaranteed. We don't gave them out already, but, walk-ons and tryouts. So I was up there for a deep breath, and that was about it. And then, I went on down to Alva, Oklahoma, Northwestern Oklahoma State, and finished my time.
Looks like we're having some technical difficulties. Stand by while we try to get this fixed.
Sorry about that.
check out our official sponsor, the Upside app, available free to Android or Apple users. Download Upside using our code SAM363682 to get an extra cashback bonus on your first purchase. Upside is an app that will pay you cash back for purchases you are likely already making.
We're back here. Sorry about that. So what you were saying, you were talking about how you were at Oklahoma State and you went to Northwest Oklahoma State.
Yeah, so when I got the album, it was, I never thought I'd see myself in a small town, but it was all love, like I said about them small town, they love their football. Oklahoma love football, and I grew up and I lived there and I breathed there and I seen it all my life, and I just wanted to be around the love of football. And Oklahoma and Texas, they don't play about their football, so I just felt like if football saved my life, and if it was gonna continue to do so, I had to be here. You know what I'm saying? I had so many outlets to stay in touch with football, and then going back home would have been starting over for me, and I didn't know nothing about where football was. I didn't see anything, so I stayed here, and it's been good ever since.
So you talk about growing up in a questionable environment, obviously without getting too much into that. What was your advice to young kids growing up in a similar environment that you did? What would your advice to them be?
Man, the neighborhood gonna be there. Ain't nothing gonna change. The people that's supposed to be there are gonna be there. If you got the talent and your dream is to, play sports, be a scientist, be a doctor, be a helicopter flyer, be an airplane, be a construction worker, whatever you tend to do, just stay focused on that. Because everything in the hood is gonna be there. Your friends and stuff, they still gonna love you, they gonna respect you, but they gonna be there. Just get out, give yourself a legit chance to be successful in life, and if it don't work out, just keep trying. It ain't never too late to, get your goals and your dreams.
100%. So we talk about NBA players such as Ja Morant. So Ja Morant had an incident at last Indiana Pacers game where he was hanging out with some friends from the environment that he grew up with. And there was said to be guns and laser pointers and all that. What is your take on a situation like that? How you can surround yourself like by the people that you love, but also keep an appropriate distance?
Man, it's a disconnect nowadays, man. There's just so many people want to stay connected to what they know that it's hard to get away from. It's a saying, you could take somebody from the hood, but you can't take the hood out of that person. And that mentality been going on for years and years and years, and we starting to see it every day. But if people don't, it ain't, sometimes my dad always told me, you can love somebody, but sometimes you just gotta love people from a distance. You get what I'm saying? To save grace and keep yourself focused. And this is one of them instances. Like, he gotta, in those situations, man, you just gotta love your people, and you can show them love from a distance, man. So to keep yourself out of harm's way, because it only take one incident to change your whole life, man. For real.
So I want to say, I don't want to give myself full credit for this, but I came up with a quote earlier today, and it was, if you love someone more than the grind is just an imagination. What is your thoughts on that? Do you think that you can love people but also love your line of work? Or do you think you should love your line of work more than you love people?
I think I tried doing that, man. And it's funny you said that. I actually like that and I respect that. You feel what I'm saying? That's something that I needed and that I'm living. I had a lot of people go that was interfering with what I got going on. And in order for me to be successful, I had to have that conversation with these people, like, hey, you causing me, distraction. So I gotta leave you alone so I can stay focused on what I got going on. And if they respect you and they love you, they'll respect that. And they gonna, like I said, it's just like going to the hood. They gonna be there. And if not, then, you know, some people just not meant to be. Some are meant to be.
Meant to be, exactly. And that's a really important attitude to have. So we talk about how this USFL opportunity that you have at the end of the day is a life-changing opportunity. By the end of the year, you could be on a 53-man roster. That's the reality of it. How are you staying focused on the present? Because I imagine, like, from someone sitting here, that must be really difficult to just focus on the present.
With me, man, it's definitely not hard for me to stay focused because, like I said, man, I cut out the things that's causing me a distraction early. I know I've been in situations where I put what I like in front of what I love. So, and then what I love got took away from me because I was dealing with the things that I like. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I know what to do to stay focused. I know if I let anything distract me from this opportunity, I can lose it in the blink of an eye. And it's just like you said, I mean, my name on the roster, and then you can see it on the internet, but that just like Davon Neal, I could be gone tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I just make sure I don't put myself in harm's way to let anybody or anything trick me out my position.
100%. Obviously, with your size, and versatility, you should be on the USFL roster and an NFL roster too. So, obviously, now we're inching closer. We're 2 months away from training camp. I've gotten into this debate a lot. So, y'all play at hub cities, right? So, you have two hub cities. Do you feel like the team Pittsburgh Maulers or the Philadelphia Stars, are they real representations of the city? Or are they representations of the hub city that they play
in? Man, that's a tricky one. I think it'll be nice to play in Pittsburgh, you know, to put on for the actual city. But at the end of the day, you know, I think with everything in play, it's a purpose. You get what I'm saying? So they ain't doing it just to be doing it. I think they doing it for a good cause. And I don't know if it's for the fan base or us, but I'm pretty sure everything they doing has a purpose and it's better for us as a whole, no matter if we in, you know, New Jersey or Minnesota. I just think, you know, it's a opportunity to expose, you know, different cities and show love to, you know, different areas. And like I said, I don't know what the, you know, conversation was behind that, but I just think they, whatever decision making it was in the benefit for not only the league, but for us as players. So, I mean, I think whenever I put that uniform on, I'm representing, you know, Pittsburgh Maulers, whether we in Canton or Fort Myers, Florida. I'm putting on for the guys that's, you know, running out of that tunnel, sitting on that bench, and the people that put on that black and yellow.
Black and yellow, just like Wiz Khalifa said.
I know it.
Obviously, the CIF has produced multiple USFL talent. You're playing with a teammate named Datrian Evans from the Maulers. He played in the USFL. And there's so many ballers in the CIF. You got Nakai Brown, Keontae Griffin, guys who you played with. What do you think? Because there's so many football leagues, right? There's like 35, right? You have the USFL, XFL, IFL, NAL, CIF, AAL, all these leagues. Do you think it's a good thing that there's so many leagues that give guys so many opportunities? Or do you think there should be 3 major leagues where all the leagues get appropriate television time and undivided attention?
Yeah, it has to be different outlets for people to be seen because there's so many talented guys out here that feel like they wasting their talent every day. And then they get seen, and, you know, they in the same position I am, blessed to have that opportunity, just needing that foot in the door. So we don't have those outlets. What do we do with our talents? You know, sit on our hands and wait for somebody to call, or we get in these different leagues and get these different opportunities and, you know, get to where we need to go. Like I said, I mean, before I even got to the indoor league, I was playing in the development league the Gridiron Development League, the GDFL, with some guys that was pure NFL talent, and they looking at me like, bro, you should be in the league. Like, you need that opportunity. So I just surrounded myself around people, opportunities. And, you know, I got in with them, locked in, and crazy story, my agent, he don't like when I say that, but he's like my brother. We played together in Iowa in 2020. You know, that was the COVID year. We was the only IFL game to play. And he was getting ready to go back to Chicago, and I was like, bro, let's just stay out here and just keep our feet grounded and see how we can move forward. Because this COVID year, you know, if anybody playing professional sports know, you take a year off, that's like taking 2 years off. You know, and I was like, bro, let's just stay here, stay grinded, and try to figure out our next move. So we stayed in Iowa for like 4 months, and you know, I look up, and, you know, granted, like I said, I surround myself with people that's, you know, have opportunities. So I was fortunate enough to be back on the CIO team, and he put himself in a position to put other people in position. And I spoke to him one day. I was like, man, let's play around with this film and see what happens. And man, we might have did that at like noon, and at 3:00, the GM from Pittsburgh was calling me and was like, man, I like what you put on film. Let's have a conversation. If you're serious about taking your talents to the next level, we might got an opportunity for you. So man, it's just like, without those opportunities, without those different leads, man, it would be so many people out here just wasting talent. We need those. And it's obviously going to come to a point to where the NFL is going to have to open their eyes and start looking down and start seeing real talent out here. Because, I mean, I know some guys that can ball, and they got guys there that just, you know, taking up space. Guys like myself that can be on a roster. And, you know, they got guys up there just, you know, collecting the check for no reason. Not taking the shade, but that's just real. Anybody that's playing professional sports will say the same thing, you know. And to piggyback off a thing you said, it's a guy that played for us, Pittsburgh, last year, Jeremiah Forms. He played in the CIF. And me and him had some good battles. And at this point, I'm like, hey, man, he got the opportunity, and, you know, I bump heads with him. Where mine at? You know, I love to see people succeed. And, you know, me being in the CIF, being a what do they call it? Being a vet, man, I always get the younger guys under my wing. Like, hey, bro, don't let this one bad opportunity turn you sour and make you go home and regret you ever did this. You feel what I'm saying? Take this opportunity to make you stronger, make you bigger, make you faster, make you pay more attention to what's going on to you, because you the future of what we got behind me. So without me, it ain't no you. Without you, it ain't the guys behind you. So take every opportunity, man, and make the best of it, but don't give up, because one thing didn't go your way. You feel what I'm saying? So you might need the CIF another year. You might need the IFL another 2 years to get where you're going. But don't ever give up until it's time for you to give up. So, yeah, we need these other leagues to get to where we're going. Without them, like I said, we'll be at home chilling.
So, obviously, that was very, very well said. You know, opportunity needs to be there for guys to shine and guys to move up, because at the end of the day, there's guys in these arena leagues that are better than guys who are in the NFL. So, with that said, this week the XFL starts. I'm sure you have brothers in there. The CIF starts a week later. What is your message to all your former teammates that start playing football this week?
Man, I just encourage all those guys, man, to do their best, man, because something I learned that took me a long time to stay focused on is you got to go 110%, because you don't never know who watching you. And it took me a long time to understand what that meant, but every coach, literally from every level that I played, said that same thing to me. And then one day I figured it out. And here we are. You know, I'm in the USFL now. So, I mean, to all my XFL brothers, man, work hard, man. Give your all, because You don't never know who watching. Your next opportunity can be your last. That last play that you didn't give 100% could be your last play that you ever, give. Because once you in them stands, you don't get that time back. So just take everything, man. Don't take it for granted and give all you got, because, you can be somewhere one day, man. Don't never give up, for sure.
So, Dominic, I want to thank you so much for your time tonight. You were amazing. With that said, is there anyone particular you want to shout out? The floor is yours.
Man, I want to shout out my brother, man. JD Trench's Academy. Them guys over there, some good guys, man. I want to shout out to my boys, my youth group that I coach, some more Bulldogs, man. I love y'all guys, man. Hopefully when I get back, we can change some things around Oklahoma, man. Show the state how to really play football, how it really should be done. I want to shout out to my family, my kids, all my supporters. The people that look up to me to be successful, man. Like I said, man, if y'all watching this, man, keep doing what you're doing. It's going to pay off. Hard work, don't stop. I mean, you got to keep going, man. And appreciate y'all guys for having me tonight, for sure, man. We definitely need more people like y'all, to get our work, to let our voice be heard, and, get our message out. Because I could be helping somebody right now that's paying attention, Somebody that might have gave up yesterday might see this, they need this opportunity. You feel what I'm saying? So, man, shout out to everybody that actually, if you still doing this, keep doing this, man. Don't ever give up, because you'll never know when your time can be called. That's about it for me.
Thank you so much, Dom. I'm going to carry that message with me for many weeks and many months to come when I watch you play football. I can't wait to tune in. I can't wait to watch you do your thing, because I know you play for a higher purpose. So shout out to you. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great season, and I'll be watching you.
Man, for sure, man. I appreciate it, man.